Today on LA Style Magazine's Most Influential Issues segment, we have Natasha Graziano, who shares with us the power of manifestation through ancient wisdom and neuroscience.
And I always say to people, don't try and manifest or attract bigger goals when you're feeling bad. You have to feel amazing and then you do it.
That's ahead. Plus, our featured crowdfund businesses brought to us by America's Next Investments. Coming up on Silo TV, the Startup Shopping Network. Hello, my name is Trisha Love, and I'm with LA Style Magazine. Today we have the special segment of the most influential issue with one of our phenomenal, powerful, and beautiful cover stars, Natasha Graziano. How are you?
I'm so excited to be here today. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. It's so wonderful, as I was saying before, to finally meet you in person. I feel like we have met before, so
I know.
You're just more beautiful in person and your power just resonates. So we're excited to have you today and to do your cover reveal. So you were on the cover of the most influential issue of 2022 alongside Akon and some other great leaders. So here you go.
Oh my God, it looks so amazing. I love it. Wow. I'm just making sure everybody can see it because otherwise I'm just going to like absorb this thing and eat it. It's so cool. It's really heavy.
Yeah.
This is almost beautiful.
200 pages.
Wow.
Yep.
Natasha teaches how to access the power of manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
That is so beautiful. Love you. Oh my God, it's so gorgeous.
So happy you like it. I love that you chose the red lips on that cover, and you really embody what it is to be a woman in every way, in both her strength internally in business and just being beautiful. There are very few women like you in the space of motivational speaking. You were ranked #1 Forbes under 40 as a top motivational speaker. So to see you embody all those facets is just such an inspiration for women everywhere.
Thank you. Yeah, I just aim to inspire one person every day. Just one person a day.
I love that. And today we get to talk about your new book, Be It Until You Become It. Beautiful, beautiful cover and just jam-packed with so many nuggets of wisdom, highlighting the law of attraction, neuroscience, and ancient wisdom. Can you talk to us a little bit about that today?
Oh my God, I would love to. I'm so excited because this book is like a long time coming. This book is my gift back to the world. We're that pinnacle point where neuroscience and ancient wisdom meet, that moment in time where there are so many amazing things that happen in our lives. And sometimes we want the science behind it. Sometimes we want the facts behind it. We're like, I want to do something in my life, but hey, if I can see the science behind it, I'm more likely to practice it because we are, by the age of about 30, an amalgamation of our habits. So who we are in today's world right now is literally just all of our habits. So if you want to become a different person, hence becoming the person you are, be it until you become it, you have to first become them through your thoughts, your feelings, and your habits, which changes literally at a DNA level, your personality, which changes your outer reality.
Yeah, I love that you highlight and you emphasize so much, even in the subtitle, neuroscience, because a lot of people who are analytical thinkers, they tap out of tuning into that internal power that we have. So can you talk to us, maybe just one nugget as it pertains, I mean, you just did, but a little bit further into neuroscience and how the two meet?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Well, okay, if we think about it, if we take an ancient text, it's all about love and forgiveness. And if you look back to the Mayans, you go back to the Egyptians, breathing exercises, things like pranayama breathing is all the way embedded from different cultures all the way up to today. And then you have a look at the science, which suggests that breathing literally helps you heal, helps improve your immunity. Your breath can either heal you or it can kill you. And so when you understand that there is so much science behind every single technique, the breathing, or whether you're looking at love. When you speak to a bowl of water, for example, they have shown that the crystals in the water, when you speak love over water, particularly love and gratitude for anyone who's trying this at home. So you speak love and gratitude over a bowl of water and you say, I love you, I love you, I love you. The crystals formulate in the water this beautiful geometry, sacred, ancient geometry. And that is the same thing that happens in our body with 70% water. So when we speak to water the other way and we say, I hate you, right? The crystals go into a really mishmash and they go all over the place. If we say to our body, I hate you, the crystals in our body, deformulate as well, which means if we look after ourselves from the inside out, if we tell ourselves, I love you, and you really appreciate your body, and you understand your body, and you understand we are water, we can literally start to heal from the inside out by telling ourselves self-love every day.
So tapping into your personal story and how this worked for you, and when you started to switch how you were thinking, if we could take a dive kind of to that part of your story. I remember when we spoke, you mentioned to me you were dealing with some sort of like neuro illness, right? Or some type of
overactive thyroid.
Yeah, overactive thyroid. And how you spoke to yourself in the mirror and you made that choice.
Yes.
And it was very much this book in that first part of your life, that first part of that journey. Can you talk a little bit about that?
That is exactly it, Trish. That was where it began for me, like standing in front of that mirror when I was at my weakest, when I had no money in the bank. I was tens of thousands in debt. I was in such a bad place. Young, single mom, trying to raise a kid, but unable to even really pick up my own child because I was so weak in my body from the illness. And so I stood in front of this mirror, Denzel Washington playing in the background, and I started preaching life over myself. And that was when it changed for me. That moment when I just surrendered and said, it's okay. This is not who you are. And I sort of looked at myself and shattered the glass all around me of the ego and what I thought I knew, so I could unlearn everything that I thought was good, so I could relearn this new version of Natasha. And I decided, the person in the mirror right now doesn't feel great. She feels not good. She feels unhealthy. She feels unwell. But I'm going to bring that back. I'm going to turn this around. And right now, I am going to decide today to become healthy. So I started saying, you are healthy. You are worthy. This is only temporary. And as you start to say this, looking into your eyes, it can be quite a trippy experience. I started to believe it. And I started to say, I believe in health. I believe in love. I believe in something greater than this. This is not my destiny. I was not born to deplete. I was not born to dissolve into nothing. And if I allow this illness to eat me up, it will. And I had to decide to just be a role model to my son and go on and be a role model in the world. And it was that moment that changed it.
Wow, so powerful. Now, I love that you mentioned your son. He's going to be 6 in 2 days, right? Being such a powerhouse and a leader in this space as a motivational speaker and helping people to reposition their thoughts and mind to succeed. Can you share with us a little bit about how does this transcend? Because this is for all ages. You can start at any point, right, to start looking at yourself that way. How do you share that with your son? These concepts or what's in this book? Say?
Absolutely. I mean, you're never too old, you're never too young. It doesn't matter when you start. And with my son, we do gratitude every night. So we sit at night and before he's about to go to sleep, as his mind is calming down and the day is ending and he's going into the alpha state, which is a different, slower brainwave than now we're in the beta state. And we start to speak into that and say nice things like, you're amazing, I love you, well done for being such a good boy today. And then we do gratitude. So I'm like, 5 things you're grateful for. And he's like, I'm grateful for everything. And I'm like, okay, another 4. He's like, I said everything. And I'm like, okay, no, let's go again. So then we'll be like, what are you grateful for? And then he'll list them out. He'll be like, I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my daddy. I'm grateful for, he'll just he'll list out things. It's really sweet. So gratitude with children is the quickest way.
That's so beautiful. I do the same thing with my 11-year-old at night and in the morning. So tell me, this book is jam-packed with so many nuggets. Is there one that you can say that maybe is your favorite? Is that even a possibility?
There's so much in the book, which is just like so juicy. Okay, one of my favorite things I talk about is my MBS method, meditational behavioral synchronicity. If you like neuroscience, you'll like this. So meditational behavioral synchronicity is based around ancient breathing techniques that I spoke about earlier, the pranayama breathing with modern day neuroscience and meditation. And when you put all that together, you have 3 years of therapy in 15 minutes. You literally go and deep dive into a meditation where you calm your mind, you calm your racing thoughts. You're able to meditate for the first time because you're doing integrative pranayama breathing, which means that you're calming your instant fuzz, brain fog flow, like where you're up here, and we calm that down. Because when we go deeper into the altered states of awareness, and I speak about all of this in the book, when you go deeper into the alpha and the theta state, there is where your mind is more impressionable. It's proven scientifically that your brain waves are slower, more impressionable. The subconscious mind is more impressionable. You're able to rewire your thought process. You're able to build new neural pathways and connect the synaptic connections and strengthen them in your brain so that you can see a different reality.
Is that at a certain time of day?
Oh, no, you
No.
can do it at any time of
Okay.
day, but it's particularly easy when you're falling asleep, but not quite asleep, because then you can easily go from like alpha to theta, which is even deeper. That's the state before delta. I'm going quite deep on that topic. You know, it's effectively, why is it my favorite chapter? Because when I was in my lowest time, when I literally thought there is no way out of this for me, I'm stuck in this rut and I'm not going to get out of this. How am I going to move on from this? I started to breathe and started to do meditation, and then it came together. This was my MBS method, and we started to look into it with doctors, and now we have doctors, neurologists, and psychologists all over practicing this. It's so powerful. Functional medicine doctors, we're having MRIs and EEGs at the moment to prove that it physically on the brain helps with your calming of your nervous system. It helps you get into a happier state and your well-being. We're proving the effect it has on the brain. It's so powerful. But it helped me because I was nervous. I was in a nervous state all the time, and I just didn't believe I was worthy. But the MBS method helps you to remove the limiting belief inside of you, and it helps you to get rid of the one main thing that's stopping you from achieving your goals. And once you remove that one main thing that's stopping you from achieving your goals, you are able to realign your thought process, rewire your brain, as I've been saying, and put in the new belief. So it's as simple as literally, if you imagine it's like a 15-minute exercise, you breathe, do a special type of breathing, and then you calm, you meditate, all through my voice, listening to it, but you can read about it and do it live yourself through literally reading the book. And then you remove the thought that comes up about what is inside of you that has been holding you back all these years, usually something between the ages of 0 to 7 that was imprinted into our subconscious mind.
Being in the space that we are today, right? We're all constantly growing, especially with you being so aware, spiritually aware, mentally aware, with constant growth. Is there something that you can share with us that you're working through, or something that the book, because sometimes when we're teaching other people things, it's kind of a reiteration to ourselves, and as we're growing, that you're working through, that you're going through, and that the book is helping you with as well.
Yes, absolutely. Anxiety. We all suffer with anxiety. I still suffer with it. I can spend half my morning literally just having to meditate and tune out from the world, and do this because the methods inside of the book, because otherwise I won't feel filled up. If you are not overflowing with feeling good and feeling positive, you have nothing to pour out onto others. And I always say to people, don't try and manifest or attract bigger goals when you're feeling bad. You have to feel amazing, and then you do it. So I dance. I'll put the music on. I'll turn it up full whack, and I'm like dancing around my house. Then I give gratitude, and I write down 20 things I'm grateful for, and then I start to visualize my goals. But I don't try and visualize them when I'm having anxiety attacks. Like, you know, we all still have things that we're dealing with. I'm still dealing off the back of my illness with anxiety, and that's just something that I'm coming to terms with. And it's not like, you know, it can be at different levels, but I'll just switch off from the world. I know I need to recharge. I feel like I'm a battery, right? I feel like I have a plug attached to me, and I just have to like stick it into the wall at home and like sit, and it's like in the wall, that's it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to recharge and I'll come back out, you know?
I love that. So many powerful things you shared with us today. I'd love to take a glimpse and kind of fast forward in your vision. What's happening next year, maybe in the next couple years that you have kind of tucked away? Can you give us any sneak peeks?
Oh my gosh. Well, I would love to have my own TV show. And if I were doing my own TV show, let's say, then I would be revealing that in maybe next year if I were to have something like that. So I'm excited to indulge into those areas. Why? Because I want to reach 1 billion people. So at the end of next year, I want to reach 1 billion people who I can, or maybe actually by 2030, let's say, but I want to reach 1 billion people who I can change the lives of. I always say, imagine if a politician who reaches millions of people, billions of people, in fact, imagine if they had a mindset program that could help somebody to live a better life. The world would be healed. You know, if we all had things and ways, like you help so many people with your magazine, with the way that you are, you light somebody's candle every day, and then they go and light somebody else's candle. And so every single day we're lighting candles for people. And so I always say to people, let me try and help as many humans as I can. So the more places I go to, the more people I can just give things away to for free.
I love that. So beautiful. Stay tuned for more powerful wisdom brought by Natasha Graziano after these next messages. One of the last things that I'd love to do is to just open up the floor to you. Yeah. If there's nothing I didn't cover, anything I should say that I didn't cover, or just anything on your heart, what would you like to share?
Oh my God, well, you said I want to open the floor up to you. The first thing I wanted to do was just start dirty whining, but I thought my publicist will kill me if I start dancing on the floor, so I'm not going to do that. But I am going to share with you what's on my heart. Okay, so a quote that I live by is one that I was told when I was young. Happiness is like a butterfly. The more you chase it, the more it will elude you. When you stop searching for it, it comes and rests softly on your shoulder. And I'll unpack that a bit for you. When you chase after something relentlessly, you want it to happen so much, you just keep going, you keep going, you keep going. Yes, tenacity is good. But if you set your heart on it in such a way that you lose you, that you forget what happiness truly is, there is no point. You have to set goals, write them down, because then you activate your ventrolateral prefrontal cortex in your brain, which means you're more likely to achieve your goals simply because you've been writing them down. So you start your day with that. You write them down. You get an amazing morning ritual. And then you don't chase happiness. You do things which make you feel good. And that is happiness. What makes you feel good? What makes you feel good? Not what makes them feel good. What makes you feel good? Every single day. Do that, and I assure you, you will be a happier person.
So beautiful. Thank you for sharing that last nugget. It reminds me of, there's a scripture that says, be still and know. So the most beautiful things are when you take time, when you meditate, when you're still and you know, and you're happy. So thank you so much for sharing that and us getting to have this time today.
Thank you so much. And I'm glad I didn't just like start dancing on the floor.
We'll dance after.
Yeah, to celebrate. I'm just so excited because my book launches right now. So I just want to dance, and I don't even drink alcohol. Like it's not something that I've ever done, so I just stay away from it. But like, wow, it's people always say, how do you get your energy? And I'm like, I dance. Like, I just dance and it gives you energy. It's so fun.
Okay, favorite dance song before we close.
What's that song? I'm like, Send Me On My Way. That's my favorite.
Okay, I'm gonna have to find it after.
It's so good. Rooted what? Who are they by? Roots? Somebody Roots? No.
We'll find it. We'll share it. Go get a copy of this book, Be It Until You Become It. This is transformative, and the nuggets of wisdom that she's pouring in here are just so beautiful. So thank you, Natasha, and so excited to share.
Thank you.